Welcome to the Grand Center and welcome to Danville, Virginia, where we have USAC men's basketball action featuring the Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan and your Averett University Cougars. My name is Eddie Glenn, and I am joined here today by the incomparable Brent Hammer. Brent, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a great night to watch some basketball.
Absolutely, and hopefully the Averett men's team can get a big win over an 18-3 North Carolina Battling Bishops team who sit number 1 in the conference. 11-2 in USAC play are the Bishops, but the Cougars don't care about none of that. Coach Dueno doesn't care about any of that, and let's meet the starting 5 for each team. Brent with Wesleyan.
Starting at forward, number 4, Ricardo Bullock. Starting at center, number 22, A.J. Fry. Starting at guard, number 23, Chris Braswell. Starting at the other guard, number 30, Justin Tankowitz. And starting at the other forward position, number 35, Robert Wilson.
And now let's meet the starting 5 for your Averett University Cougars. Starting us off will be number 2, freshman, Keyshawn Lewis. Number 3, sophomore, Montre Cash. Number 12, junior, Timothy Henry. 14 is sophomore, Bryson Davis. And number 50, Big Moriba Diaby. Brent, the Cougars coming off of a big win against Piedmont in their last game, where they won by almost 20 in that game.
Yeah, Eddie, their three-point shooting was the key to that game, and Piedmont's lack of free throw shooting kind of helped the Cougars get the big win. And if the Cougars can get that 3-ball rolling early, they have a really good chance to knock off this Wesleyan team.
And you know, as we talk about that Piedmont game, the Cougars have won their past 3 games featuring when they played Piedmont, when they played Greensboro and Methodist, so that's 3 in a row. The Cougars are riding a wave of momentum, but the Bishops also on a 3-game winning streak, but they have also won 8 of their last 9 games. So we're going to see what we can make happen. If we're going to want to win our keys to victory, we've got to stop A.J. Fry. 18 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, and he plays the center position. And so the Cougars win the tip-off, and the clock has started to run.
And Eddie, another key for the game, Isaiah Jones for Averett out today with an injury. I want to say an ankle injury. So the Cougars are going to have to find a new way of scoring, as Isaiah's just been balling recently. Henry pulling up from mid-range, gets it to fall.
And Brent, that was silky smooth off the dribble move. Timothy Henry getting a shot to go, getting his defender on skates, but nevertheless, Wesleyan the other way. And the Cougars are going to have to stay disciplined and stay at a high level of play if they want to beat this team. This is a very well-coached team. A.J. Fry with it down low. Travel violation on A.J. Fry. And another good tactic, Brent, might be to drive the lane and try and get A.J. Fry in some foul trouble.
Eddie, if he's not on the floor,
he can't score.
Absolutely.
2-0, Cougars lead it. Henry with it over to Diaby. Diaby goes over to Cash. Cash outside. Defender gives him some space. Bryson Davis, pick and roll action. Diaby off the glass and in.
Eddie, these Cougars bigs have been balling recently, coming into their own.
And there's definitely, you could definitely sense a upgrade in the big position for the Cougars. A.J. Fry with it down low, defended by Diaby, double teamed by Henry. 3-point shot from Wesleyan. Air ball, Fry catches it. Second chance points go. So A.J. Fry getting his team started early.
And it is very rare that you see a big man as dominant as Fry has, especially for the past 3 years that we've been here. He's just been an absolute terror down on that block.
He's been a mainstay ever since his freshman year. Cash comes off the screen. Taking his defender for a dance. Trying to go outside to Tim Henry. A.J. Fry steals it. Doesn't have any help. Finally, the Battling Bishops get across half court.
All right, back to Fry in the post. Gets it up and under, but rolls around the rim and no good. Keyshawn Lewis the rebound.
And we're going to have to get A.J. Fry missing early. Cash gets his shot to go.
Cash definitely going to have to take over the leadership role at the guard position. And he has a really good matchup on his hand with Tinkowitz.
And the Cougars come up with the steal. Cougars playing very high-paced offense and defense right now. Cash the other way. Down low to Henry. Henry defended by Fry. Back out to Cash they go.
Eddie, you can just feel the energy from the bench carrying over as Cash gets fouled on the drive. That's going to be on Bullock. Bullock, the junior forward from Creedmoor, North Carolina, South Granville. 6'10", 195. He is an absolute tree.
And Brent, I saw him shooting around earlier in the layup lines and just, normal shoot around, and Bullock was knocking him down from deep at a consistent rate. He was feeling himself early. But I tell you what, Harrison Cochran was also knocking him down earlier. I mean, he was taking about 3 or 4 shots from every spot at the three-point line and was making almost all of them.
And Eddie, maybe a little bit of trickle-down effect from Jones last game. Everyone got in on that three-point action. Here's Braswell. Braswell swings it over to Tinklewitz. Back to Braswell, to Bullock at the top. Over to Tinklewitz, trying to get to Fry down low. 3 by Wilson is good.
So 8-5, Cougars do hold a 3-point advantage. Lewis goes to Bullock. Bullock back over to Lewis. Lewis takes the screen from Henry. Cash for 3, wide open. Count all 3 of them.
And Eddie, his last name's not Cash for no reason.
Cash fired up on the court right now. 11-5. The Cougars are leading. And the Cougars playing in-your-face defense right now. No space to breathe if you're Wesleyan.
Very smothering defense. Down low to Fry. Fry trying to get going. Gets it up top to, I want to say that's Braswell. Braswell shot's no good. Rebound by Bullock. Bullock gets it over to Cash, setting up a half-court play as he drives the lane, drives past Bullock, and he gets the finger roll laying the fall. Definitely going to have to attack the paint as their speed is just unmatched right now. And here's Bullock, swings it over to Wilson. Wilson to Tinklewitz. Braswell now with the ball, trying to get it to Bullock, coming off a screen by Bullock. Driving the lane, stolen away,
and here goes
Cash one-on-one, and the lay-in just falls as he is frustrated right now.
One of those too good to be true moments. We saw Zion Williamson over the weekend do the same thing, had a breakaway dunk and just clanked it.
And it's those plays that you practice 1,000 times that you think you can do in your sleep that be giving you trouble. Tinklewitz, the contested 3 falls. Cash all up in his face and gets it to go as Dorino calming down his team. And here's Lewis as we see Cochran checking in, as well as Contreras and Diaby coming to the scorer's table. Kicks it over to Davis. Davis looking to get a screen by Henry. Goes left to right. Floater in the lane is good. And Eddie, this Averett bench is absolutely energetic. After every bucket, they're up on their feet. After every steal, they're enthusiastic. This is exactly what you want as a coach.
A.J. Fry with nothing right now. Tinklewitz outside, defended by Cash. Does not take the screen from Fry. Bullock looking for help. Wesleyan.
That's Braswell with the missed 3. Cash another board. And here we go, looking to further extend this lead. Cash, light hesitation, spin move, kicks it back out to Henry. Henry driving the lane, floater, no good off the glass, but gets fouled. And we're going to have a media timeout here, and we'll take it here with them.
And we are back here again live at the Grant Center. Your Cougars lead it by 7 points, 15-8. They lead the team in first place in the conference, battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan. We had a group change here. Bullock, Cochran, Henry, McAllister, and Contreras all in the game for the Cougars.
And for Wesleyan, it will be Covington, Layton, and number 15 on the far side, Damon McDowell.
Both teams trying to keep their guys fresh on the court. And I think Diaby's going to come in for Henry. And if you're Duino, that's not a bad idea to keep your bigs energized, as A.J. Fry hadn't come out the game. He averages 18 points a game. You've got to keep your bigs playing well, because as of now, they've been playing great on A.J. Fry.
Yeah, and they have. They've been playing smothering defense on not just Fry, on everyone, which is exactly what the Cougars need to do, especially going up against this stout Wesleyan team. And a great job by Diaby moving around, playing great defense off the screen.
In your face right here. Great
Here comes
defense.
the double team. Driving the lane. Shot is no good. Rebound. They're going to call it out of bounds. Last touch by Layton. And a great defensive series right there, Eddie.
Absolutely. The Cougars have been playing great all game, defensively and offensively, finding the right shots.
They're definitely going to have to play like this from the first whistle to the last buzzer.
So a 9-point lead here. Cochran with it. Over to Bullock. Downloaded Diaby. Diaby working against Fry.
A shimmy.
Oh, my goodness. The spin move. Diaby showing he's got some finesse down low.
A little Hakeem the Dream action.
Great way to recover on defense there, as there was a
McDowell driving the lane. Charging called. And a great play there by Contreras to take the physical abuse by McDowell. Full speed into the lane, takes it on the chest.
And Brent, you've been here 3 years just like me. Contreras taking a charge is not new. Him and his brother so well at taking charges, it can get in the mind of the other team.
Eddie, you're absolutely right.
An 11-point lead. Diaby with it. Out to McAllister. McAllister working against his defender, trying to get it over to Diaby. Turned over. A.J. Fry on the steal, his second of the game. And here we go. Wesleyan in the corner. 4-3.
No good. Cochran the board. Fry trying to poke it out. And here comes Cochran down the far side of the court. Pulling up. Pick and pop. Correction, McDowell.
Then there was just a little bit too much heat on that ball.
Here's McDowell looking to get it to Fry. He does. Swings it over to Covington. Covington down low to Layton. Layton back out to Tinklewitz for three, and that was good, and that's his second three.
Tinklewitz absolutely does not care about contested shots. He's just worried about putting it in the bottom of the net. And I thought there's some confusion on if there was a timeout called.
No, there was an injury. Bullock was a little bit slow to get up. Don't know if it was it looks like an ankle injury as he's untying his shoe. And Thomas Underwood looking to.
So I think we will take that timeout. 19-11, an 8-point lead here for your Cougars. And we are back here again at the Grand Center. 8-point lead for your Cougars. Full court press coming here for North Carolina Wesleyan. Contreras into the game.
Eddie, Averett's going to need to capitalize if they're going to press, get down the court, beat them with their speed.
2-3 zone here for North Carolina Wesleyan. They are shifting the defense well. The Cougars going to have to get a shot off of a pass here.
8 seconds on the clock. McAllister to Henry, mid-range shot. No good. Rebound and the putback. No good. That was number 44
on the rebound and putback.
And McDowell gets the foul on the lay-in as he will go to the line for his first free throws of the game and also Wesleyan's first free throws of the game as well.
Interesting note here, head coach John Thompson of North Carolina Wesleyan has been with this team for 24 years.
That's just outstanding just to be at one school for 24 years, especially in Division III where it's more academically based, and just the commitment and the energy that he brings to every game is just unbelievable.
John Thompson keeping his every team every year in contention, and his development of players, as we see with guys like A.J. Fry, is so good. And so here we go, number 4, Ricardo Bullock checking in.
And that, as we were talking during the break, now that Fry's out, if I'm Averett, I'm attacking the paint.
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely attacking the paint, smothering on defense again. But again, gotta still play smart. Cannot get out of control with passes like this.
McDowell, another lay-in, no good. That's Smith with the rebound. Contreras in transition. 2-on-2 break. The lay-in, no good. Henry the board and the putback. Pushes the Averett lead to 8 now. 10:55 left in the half.
And a good job by Henry of trailing the fast break there. A lot of players will take that play off and get back on defense, but good job by Henry to run it all the way out. Bullock outside. Over to McDowell. Covington with it.
7 seconds on the clock. And the runner is no good, but they're going to call a foul on Smith. And Smith not too happy with that call. He had hands up defense. But nonetheless, Covington will go to the line. Josh Covington, the sophomore guard, 6 foot, 175 from Portsmouth, Virginia.
First free throw up and in.
As we have Diaby coming in to check in, I want to say, for Smith. And Smith, some good quality minutes right there coming in, playing great defense, getting a few rebounds, which are it's a really big key to every game.
Both shots in. A couple of substitutions.
For Wesleyan, we have Robert Wilson and Chris Braswell checking in for Layton and Tankowitz. And here's McAllister to Henry. Henry back up top to Contreras. And we have a platoon swap coming to switch the guards and small forward around for Averett. Next dead ball, Cochran to McAllister. McAllister pulls up from 3, just off. McDowell falls, finds Cochran in the corner as he tries a 3. That one's no good as it's tipped and rebounded by Wesleyan. Going the other way, Euro step. They're going to call a blocking foul on Contreras.
And didn't get those feet set that time.
Josh Covington will go back to the line. Back-to-back possessions with Covington at the line. Averett still with a 6-point lead, 10 minutes exactly on the clock. Averett needs to avoid giving fouls on these layups, especially to guards who are really good at the free throw line, as we have Davis, Lewis, and Cash checking in for Contreras, McAllister, and Cochran. A little change of pace here, going with some speed. Hopefully to beat Wesleyan out in transition here. As he goes 2 for 2 again from the line, as he is 4 for 4 now in the game. Here's Cash, cross court to Davis. Gets it to Lewis, back over to Cash. Here comes the trap.
And again, 2-3 defense. It has brought Wesleyan back in this game.
Here we go, Cash, down low to Henry, down low to Diaby. Blocked by Bullock. And Diaby gathers the loose ball. Henry sets it up to Cash to set up the offense again. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Davis, kicks it to Lewis. Comes off the screen by Diaby. Down low to Henry. Lay-in is good.
Tim Henry, such a reliable piece down low.
And Eddie, as each game goes by, we see another weapon into his arsenal added, a mid-range. And that's what you want as a big. There's McDowell with the miss. Cash gathers the board. And we have Bullock coming back in after the injury. Henry, mid-range, bounces around, no good. McDowell the board, looking to push it the other way.
Bullock with it, defended by Diaby outside. Back over to McDowell. Wesleyan not able to find anything necessarily.
And the three, no good. Board gathered by Lewis, the freshman. And he's going to look to push it the other way. There we go. He sets Cash up in the left wing. Here comes Diaby. Now gathers the ball from Lewis. Gives it back to him. Driving the lane. Runner good off the glass.
And that is a tough runner right there through the contact from the freshman.
Eddie, that's an older move that you see more from the older guys as Wesleyan steps out of bounds. Averett with the possession now as Bullock checks in for Diaby. Great quality minutes again by another bench player. This Averett bench is playing wonderfully.
And so here we go, Cash with it.
Wesleyan looking to bait. Cash splits the double team. Another one, 3-on-1. Davis pump fakes it. Cash back to Davis. Davis with the three. Just short off the front of the rim. Here comes Covington. The lay-in is good. Covington, another Wesleyan guy off the bench to making an impact right now. If I'm not mistaken, he's leading them in points with, I want to say, 8.
And usually averages about 5 points a game.
So already well above his average. Screen by Bullock. Cash swings it over to Davis. Davis, no look pass down low to Bullock. Down low to Henry, back out. Bullock pulls the three. Hits the front of the rim and gets the kind roll as Raymond Bullock with the deep range shot. We don't think that he has.
And just like that, when we thought the Averett offense was at a stalemate, the Cougars with a 9-point lead here. 6:50 to go in the first half.
As Bullock doesn't get the roll to go, as Wesleyan is fighting the rim right now.
Not able to take the lid off of it, and Lewis with it. And the Cougars setting up their offense. The Cougars doing a great job of adjusting to that 2-3 zone that they had trouble with. And it looks like Wesleyan has switched over to more of a man coverage defense here.
Got out of that 2-3 really quick after that. Cash, the spin move, runner, good again. Montre Cash having a whale of a half.
Montre Cash showing what he can do. And Brandon, he told us in class earlier that he was looking to have a big game. And I tell you what, he wasn't lying.
As McDowell, the runner, no good. As Henry just touches it. And it falls out of bounds. And there will be a media timeout, and we will take it here with them. 6:06 left.
And we are back. 30-19, your Cougars lead it. Great defense there by Raymond Bullock. Great rebound by Mariba Diaby, and here goes the Cougars the other way. Keyshawn Lewis with it. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half.
And Eddie Fry back in the game for Wesleyan. Look for them to get the ball down low as here is Cash pulling up for three. No good. Bryson Davis the putback.
Cash was pulling it from out there in downtown Danville.
Well, Eddie, if you give him the room, he has that green light. Here's Tinklewitz. Gets it over to number 10, Cameron Martin, who's just checked into the game. And behind the back, tipped away by Lewis.
And the Cougars are doing a good job of
retain with the ball.
Cougars doing a good job of limiting A.J. Fry.
And Eddie, taking the impact player out of the game is what you want.
Sean Lewis doing a good job of defending.
Braswell blocked by Lewis, no good. Fry with the putback, no good. Diaby go the other way. Cash, 2-on-3, fast break. Cash, the finger roll off the glass. Little jelly action. Pushes this Averett lead to 15. The most in this game. Fry to Tinklewitz.
You definitely don't want to leave Tinklewitz open.
Air ball, no good. But Lewis trying to throw it back into.
I think Cash got a piece of that three-pointer on his way over. I'm not sure. Either way, 34-21, the Cougars, a 13-point lead so far.
And Averett navigating this full-court press really well as they're putting the trap on Cash now.
Back to that 2-3 defense.
Bryson Davis, corner three, no good. Lewis the board, Bullock gathers the miss. And Bullock gets the bucket to fall, lead back up to 15.
And the Cougars are absolutely balling right now in this first half. 4 minutes to go.
We're going to call a foul on the floor here on Bullock, I want to say. And Eddie, one thing that you don't really see a lot is that this bench is talking during their defensive possessions, you know, letting people know, hey, there's a guy behind you there, he's coming up, screen coming, which is really great communication.
Tinklewitz wide open. It's a good thing that Wesleyan didn't see that. Tinklewitz showing.
Henry down low. Fry gets the putback and glares over at the Averett bench as he's trying to get going now.
Fry 6'5", 260 pounds.
Hey, that's a big man. Yeah, triple team, it looked like. As Cash driving the lane, step back, mid-range is good.
Cash. Oh, my goodness.
Well, and Eddie, he was spot on in class earlier today, having a heck of a game right now.
I don't know if that's Montre Cash or Kimber Walker. He's got 15 and a half. That's not a good shot, and it's going to be rebounded and gathered by North Carolina Wesleyan. So the shot clock will reset.
Cash with a steal. One-on-one break, little half spin, but gets blocked, and they're going to throw it out of bounds off of Cash, but it ends up touching Braswell's foot as we're going to take a quick media timeout. 3:03 left in the half.
And we are back a 15-point lead for your Cougars. The Cougars smothering on defense and getting after it on offense. Montre Cash with 15 points in the half. Ball over to Fry. 3-point shot, no good. Trails and gets his own rebound. And they're going to call offensive foul.
Eddie, I'm kind of shocked he took that, but I guess if you're open, you're open.
Yeah, and I think it was a combination of him being open and he's not had that many looks this half at all.
Eddie, as you were saying, the 15-point lead in the game right now, and the big emphasis has been on that defense, and it has translated to fast break points, fast break opportunities. That's exactly what Coach Dorino wants. Here's Contreras driving the lane. No good. Oh, they're going to kick it back out to Henry. Henry mid-range shot in Fry's face and knocks it down.
Tim Henry opening up his mid-range game.
And Eddie, with Jones being out, you're starting to see a lot of Averett Cougars stepping up to the plate as Fry gets fouled down there in the block.
Foul number 12, Tim Henry. That is his first, team's fifth.
And that will be Henry's first foul as Dorino's keeping his team energized, as well as Cash, a great leader on that court. So we have McAllister, Contreras, Davis, Diaby, and Henry in the game for Averett right now. And for Wesleyan, we have Covington, Tankowitz, Martin, and Bullock. And as well as Fry, who is at the line and hits the first one, misses the second one. And Davis with the board. Here comes McAllister. Wesleyan hopped out of that full court trap. Henry over to Diaby, swings it over to Davis on the far side. Down low to Henry, to Contreras. Well, off-centered pass as he pulls up from the free throw line. And this mid-range game by Averett has been absolutely lethal tonight.
42-24. The Cougars lead by 18 points.
And Eddie, do not expect Wesleyan to roll over anytime soon, as they can get hot in a hurry. And here's Bullock driving the lane, hop step. Good foul right there by Diaby, as that would have been an easy two for Bullock, as he's going to have to earn it from the line. 6 team fouls now for Averett, so they are definitely leading the way in foul trouble. But not one person has had an excess amount of fouls that has kept him out of the half. With a minute 20 left, 18-point lead as Cash checks in for Davis.
And A.J. Fry comes out of the game.
And they're going to just rest him for the rest of the half so he can be well energized coming back in the second.
Here we go. Bullock. Second shot is good. So Cash with it, back into the game. 42-25. Cash has been absolutely getting after it, and it's like he has a magnet in the bottom of the net.
Contreras pump fake and go to the lane, back out to Henry. If Henry can add a 3-point to his game, I think that would be an absolute lethal. Cash falls, stolen away, and they're going to battle for the jump ball. Wesleyan with the possession arrow, however, as Davis, a quick breather, checks in for Contreras, and Lewis in for McAllister. And here comes Covington, looking to get the Wesleyan offense going as he comes off of a screen, spinning layup in the lane, and he's on fire this half as well, Eddie.
Absolutely. Covington was getting after it before the big timeout break. Getting some and-one opportunities, getting fouled. Great pass from Montre Cash.
The hook by Davis.
30-second timeout called by head coach David Dorino. 44-27. Your Cougars lead it. 28 and a half to go. 44-27. Your Cougars are playing outstanding basketball.
And Eddie Averett coming with a little revenge in their minds. They lost to Wesleyan down in Rocky Mount by 2 earlier in the season, looking to get some payback here in their home place. Here's Bullock at the top of the key.
15
swings
seconds.
it over to Covington. Covington.
I've got to think they're probably trying to find Tinklewicz, and they do.
Tinklewicz, three-pointer no good, and Wesleyan not getting any rolls to go their way as here comes Cash, coast to coast, left-handed layup, no good as the buzzer sounds, and we are going to go to halftime. Your score 44-27. Averett with a big lead at the half. We'll be right back after this.
NC Wesleyan.
And we are back after the halftime break. Your Cougars 44-27. And Brent, it has been a great game for the Cougars.
And Eddie, you're absolutely right. Their defense has been on 10, and that's exactly what they needed. AJ Fry for Wesleyan not a factor thus far in the game. I'm only sure he has 6 in the game, which is well below his averaging, coming in averaging 18. But do not expect this Wesleyan team just to fall over. They are a do not quit team.
And Brent, if the Cougars could put up 44 in the first half, what's stopping Wesleyan from doing it in the second half? The Cougars have to keep it up, have to keep up that high intensity from the first half on offense, and especially on defense, smothering all of their scorers. Covington was really the only person really going crazy at 8 points in the first half, and if you're the Cougars, you will take that.
And Eddie, if you're also the Cougars, you've got Cash with 15 and Henry with 10.
Cash's career high, 22. So he's definitely on career high watch. He's wide open.
Hesitation. Lay-in as good as he has 17 now, so definitely pay attention for
Cash will pick up exactly where he left off from the first half.
Not wasting any time at all as they get it down low to Fry. Fry looking to get something going, backing down Diaby, cross court, down low to number 35 as he gets the hook to go off the glass. That is Robert Wilson, the senior forward, 6'4" from Chapel Hill. Definitely the hoop state.
I know a few ballers from over there. So Cash with it, 46-29. From three.
Gap step 3, no good. As
Wilson
a little battle for the ball. Cash with the loose ball poke out there. And a little push off there by Wilson. This Averett crowd looking for a call. No foul called at all. As here's Wilson with the 3. That's no good. Bullock gets the rebound over Henry. And here's Tinklewitz again. 3-pointer. Misses the rim entirely. As he was spot on, going 2 for 3 in the first half from behind the arc. They're going to call a foul here on number 23, Chris Braswell. Braswell, the senior guard.
And Wesleyan, full court press. Ball over to Cash, and Wesleyan will back up into that half-court defense now. And we saw them have a lot of success, or temporary success rather, with the 2-3 zone on defense. And it looks like they will open up with the man defense. Henry able to corral that ball.
And ball security is definitely going to be a key of emphasis for Averett. They got a big lead on the scoreboard. They're going to have to, behind the back to Diaby. But Diaby just a little bit short.
I'm not sure if Diaby was expecting that pass.
I don't think anybody
in the gym was expecting that pass.
They're going to call a foul on Lewis. I don't know if they're going to call it on the floor or if it was a shooting foul. As Bullock is coming in now, as they're going to call a shooting foul. As here comes, as Dorino pleading his case that he wasn't in the shooting motion, as I don't think he was, but a bang bang play is really hard to call when you don't have a replay system. As here's Braswell from the line. Bullock coming in after this shot as Braswell hits the first shot. Coming in for Diaby. And Averett rotating their bigs all game. 4 different big men have entered the game.
$16-point lead for your Cougars.
And Braswell's second shot no good. Cash with the rebound. Gets it over to Lewis. Here comes Lewis looking to set it up. Gets it over to Henry. Henry gives it to Davis. Davis over to Goody, and Goody airmails it. A little too high for the outstretched arms of Henry.
And Goody, just trying to laser that ball in there. I think the play might have worked to perfection. And
Bullock trying to get open. A little Bullock versus Bullock action. And a late foul called. And Coach Dorino is not happy at all. Braswell going back to the line.
And you know what? I'm not sure if that was – I probably have to side with Coach Dorino on this one. I'm not sure if that one was a foul, but, you know, you cannot control what the guys in stripes call on the court. You just have to adapt to it. And so Braswell at the line, 46-31 as he sinks the first one.
And Averett cannot take this lead for granted as Wesleyan, if you can put them on the line, they're going to make you pay for it. Braswell's second shot is good as he goes 2 for 2 from the line. And Lewis setting up the offense.
The Cougars need an offensive bucket here.
Braswell talking a little junk to Lewis as he was bringing the ball. Henry the spin, blocked by Bullock. Henry backing him down again. Lay in, no good, but foul called.
Tim Henry not afraid to attack the 6'10" Ricardo Bullock.
And 6'10" going up against 6'3". That's a lot of gap right there in height, but Henry too big, too strong, backing him down in the paint. First free throw just off the front of the rim. And this is where Avery's going to need to make Wesleyan pay when they make the mistake of fouling them. Second free throw falls. And here comes Braswell. Pushes it up court to Tinklewitz. Down low to McDowell. Great full court play right there.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a timeout after this possession right here from Coach Dorino to get his team back on track.
Here's Bullock. And Bullock was not expecting the pass turnover there. McDowell coast to coast. Kicks it out to Tinklewitz, no good. Braswell driving the lane. Floater, no good. Bullock with the board. Gets it to Cash. 3-on-2 break. Cash, hop step. And they're going to call a foul on Tinklewitz. And this Averett bench hype now after they called a flagrant foul. As Eddie, I don't know how they could not call that a flagrant. He was all alone and he just got tackled like it was football season again.
Absolutely. Tinklewitz out there looking like Eric Weddle. You just can't do that in basketball.
No, Eddie,
it's not football.
It's not football season anymore. The Super Bowl's over. It's the off season now. Cash hits the first one from the line.
And so
Averett with the 2 technical free throws and will maintain the possession of the ball as Cash goes 2 for 2.
And it'll be interesting to see. Cash also gets a shooting. He was fouled on the shot. So I think he's going to, or no, they're going to say he was down before he got in a shooting motion. So the Cougars do get possession of the basketball, though.
Here's Cash. Cash now at 19 in the game. Just 3 points away from tying his career high in points. Here's Cash over to Davis, down low to Bullock. Bullock no good, but the ball rolls out of bounds. Dorino telling him to get back. Telling Diaby to check in for Bullock as Coach Dorino trying to keep Bullock's head in the game. Telling him to keep his composure, keep his head in the game as this is the crucial time right now. Averett up 15, 16, 10 left in the game.
The Cougars with a big advantage on the scoreboard right now. Tinklewitz goes down low to Bullock. Bullock finds McDowell, and McDowell. And I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Brent. Down by 15, McDowell trying to dunk in the lane. If I'm McDowell, I'm going with the easy lay-in because it's secure and we're down 15.
Eddie, I think it's a little bit of how you're feeling when you're driving to the lane. You're feeling good, get a little more height than you expect, so you kind of have to.
And hey, McDowell rising up and above the Averett defense. And he got hype, was yelling at his bench to let's get in this game, man. So he made the first shot, 14-point lead for the Cougars.
You know that a big play can spark a whole momentum swing there as he goes 2 for 2 from the line. As a dunk would definitely get Wesleyan. As Cash fighting the arms of Braswell off. Here's Cash. Down court to Henry. Henry just misses Diaby on the late rotation. Here comes Cash looking to set up the offense. Here's directing traffic. Screen by Henry. Slip screen, step back. Kicks it over to Contreras. Contreras drives the lane. Pump, no good. And they're going to say it was last touched by Bullock of Wesleyan.
And so a timeout call, 49-36, 15-33 on the clock.
I'll do it right now.
49-36, the Cougars are leading in this game.
Contreras trips, looking to get a foul call, and here's McDowell in transition. Gets the lay-in to fall as Contreras a little slow to get up as he's limping over the half court. Here's Cash now. Wesleyan cutting the lead down to 11 now. As Cash driving the lane, layup no good.
A little too hard off the glass there. And like you said, Wesleyan slowly but surely cutting that lead down.
Here's Fry backing him down in the post. McDowell three, and that one falls.
McDowell is just going to take this game over for his team.
And Wesleyan, with all the momentum here, cuts that 16-point lead at the half down to just 8. As here's Diaby, as Averett's definitely going to need to keep their gas on the pedal like they were in the first half. Screen by Henry, floater in the lane, and that one's good. 21 in the game. 1 point away from tying his career high as Cash. Timeout called, and we'll be right back after this. Ten-point
lead for your Cougars. Cash with 21 points in the game. McDowell finding the bottom of the bucket with every shot he throws up. 14-20 left in this ball game.
And Eddie, as we were talking during that timeout about how Wesleyan not looking to change their lineup at all, which is possibly going to hurt them going on this run, battling back. Fry backing down. Diaby. Post move. No good. Rebound by Henry. Great defense right there. And Eddie, all game, Fry has been a no factor on the offensive end. Been very active defensively with 2 steals. As here comes Cash. Dishes it off to Diaby. Reverse lay-in. No good. Bullock with the rebound. Here comes Braswell. 1-on-4 break. And McDowell gives it right back to Braswell. To Bullock, to Tinklewitz on the wing. McDowell looking to set up something. Braswell, crossover move in the lane, tipped away. Fry with the rebound. As McDowell, 3, pleading for a foul, but a little flop right there. Referee saw through the smoke and mirror right there.
And if the Cougars,
here comes Lewis splitting the good double team. Diaby all alone.
Lewis doing a good job of keeping his eyes open down the court.
Especially with the pressure on him. So we thought Diaby was going to rise up and slam it home, but definitely in a mode now where 2 points and 2 points.
McDowell,
another 3, no good. Diaby with the rebound.
And you know what, Brent, as an Averett fan, I'm finally glad to see McDowell miss for once in this half.
Eddie, McDowell has been absolutely on fire this half. First half, it was
Covington, yeah, all first half.
Diaby, nice little pocket pass. Henry gets Bullock in the air and draws the foul. Great pump fake there as Bullock jumping up from the scorer's table. And Eddie, as we were talking also during the timeout break, Covington hasn't seen any minutes this half, and he's now at the scorer's table as well as Robert Wilson. And Bullock gonna go back to the bench, I guess.
And I think coach is seeing that Henry and Diaby are catching a little bit of heat here. The past 2 or 3 possessions have gone through Henry and Diaby. So you don't want to take players out while they're hot. 54-40 for a 10-point lead as Bullock actually does come back over to the scorer's table. So Bullock will check in for Tim Henry.
It's a great job by both teams rotating their starters out, giving them some much-needed rest for that final push. 12-17 left in the game. As here's Covington over to McDowell. McDowell over to Tinklewitz. Fry at the 3-point line. Thought about pulling it. Back to McDowell. Driving baseline. Laying off the glass is good. And here comes that pressure again. That full court trap, if you will. And Cash loses the ball, and they're going to say it was last touched by Wesleyan. Timeout called. We're going to take it here with them here at the Grant Center.
11:48 left to play in this second half. Your Cougars lead by 9. Let's see if they can keep this lead up.
And they've been leading all game, not looking to give Wesleyan the lead at all. Cash 1 point away from tying his career high. Here's Davis over to Lewis. Lewis drives, kicks it out to Cash. Cash driving the lane. Davis about pulled the mid-range. No good. Cash driving the lane. Mid-range shot at the buzzer. No good. Bullock with the rebound.
Rebound from Goody.
And a top lay-in. Little bit of tipped ball maybe.
Bullock fighting through all of the contact there. All of the big men for the Cougars are playing well this game.
And a great active hands there by Cash. Kicks it out to Henry, and here we go in transition. Bullock. They're going to say it was a clean block by Bullock. Or excuse me, McDowell. McDowell definitely showing some ups here recently. He definitely skied for that one.
Jumping out of the gym.
And Robert Wilson chasing the ball down on the far end. And Averett looking for a goaltending call. As I don't know, I thought that was a clean block personally, as the ball was at the apex of its flight. Here's Tinkelwiz down low to Fry. Fry looking to back down Henry. Back to McDowell. Back down low to Fry. Cross court to Covington. Driving the lane. Active hands. No good. Gets it out, and they're going to call a foul here on Henry. As that is going to be on the floor. They're going to say that he was going up in the shooting motion, which is questionable. Oh, correct. Never mind, they changed it.
They're going to say he was on the court.
It was a really good call by the ref because he just got the ball. I don't know how you can go up with the ball after you just touched it. Down low to Fry as he's looking to get going. And Fry, a big man who can pass the ball, which is very rare to find.
And it's a good piece to have if you can have a big man that can anchor the post and pass to the guards as he does there to Covington. Shot good.
8-point lead here for the Cougars. 10:20 left in the game. Looking to get some momentum going their way. Here's Lewis directing traffic here. Gets it back to Cash. Looking for a screen by Bullock. Comes off of it. Little back and forth crossover. Finds Henry mid-range and he pulls it. That was a good look there as Lewis gets the rebound. They're looking to set it up again. New shot clock.
And we move under 10 minutes to play.
Here's Cash, spin move. No good, but he is fouled, and a chance here to tie and potentially break his career high in points. He is having a whale of a game right now.
Montre Cash definitely getting after it. McDowell picking up his second foul.
Definitely picking up the slack by the injured Isaiah Jones as he ties his career high right there. And we have Braswell coming to check in for Tankiewicz.
McDowell with 16 points on the evening. Cash sits at 22 and breaks his career high here. So we're going to have Diaby check in for Henry. Again, mainly a three-man rotation at the 4 and 5 spot for the Cougars. Trying to keep fresh big man on A.J. Fry and Bullock down low.
Fry down low, off balance shot, and he gets it to fall. That was a tough bucket there. Leaning off of his left foot, going to his left, and gets the right-handed leaner to fall and foul. And the lead now cut to 8. The free throw is good. A very, 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 very different second half by this Wesleyan team, as the first half they couldn't get a bucket to fall, and now they're getting all the momentum to come their way. And here's Lewis. Goes over to Cash. They got to get across half court. Bryson Day. They're gonna call a 8-second violation here. Is Dorino saying that Cash had the ball across half court, even though his body was not. The ball was.
Henry will check in for Bullock, getting Bullock some well-deserved rest time over on the bench. 7-point game. The Cougars need to play some great defense.
And Cash knocked over. It's a little slow to get up. And here's Cash now. It's very physical game these past few possessions. Definitely will wear you down. As here's Cash. Hesitation, pull. No good as Cash takes a hard fall. Diaby with the rebound and puts it back. Great way by Cash to get up and get out of the way.
Cash, I mean, playing through a lot of contact right now.
As Contreras is definitely going to come in here for Cash. As Cash is a little shaken up, going to get looked at on the sideline. But definitely that spark plug that Averett needs, as Lewis lost the rebound, but manages it, and Cash telling Dorino, no, I'm good, keep me in the game. Screen by Henry. Cash driving the lane, kicks it back out to Davis for 3, no good. Diaby with the board, back out to Henry looking to set up the offense again. Here's Cash driving, pull up, off the glass, no good. Lewis, the putback, no good. Loose ball, Lewis board, and it's good. Timeout called.
63-52. Keyshawn Lewis, the freshman, 7:45 left. And here we go, 63-52, 7:45 on the clock. The Cougars have been playing high-paced all game, Brent. We said over the halftime break that if they wanted to keep this lead up, they were going to have to keep the same energy that they had in the first half, and they have done just that. Bullock working against Diaby. He finds Covington. And Diaby with the clean block.
And a stare down after it.
Moriba Diaby.
And McDowell throws it up at the shot clock buzzer. Covington on the ground to get the loose ball, and here is Lewis. Lewis gets it across half court. Covington, great defense there. Here's a screen to Davis. Davis over to Contreras in the corner. Off the screen by Henry. Pick and roll is good.
And you cannot draw a pick and roll better than that, Brent.
And Eddie, that is textbook material right there.
Cougars lead by 13 with 6.5 to go in the game. Covington drives, passes it out. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
And airmails the ball just outside of the reach of Fry. Turnover by Wesleyan, and the lead now up to 13 as Bullock checking in for Diaby, as well as Cash coming back in. His ankle just got wrapped after that hard fall.
And I think he's going to come in for Keyshawn Lewis.
And if you're just now joining us, Montre Cash having the game of his career right now. 23 in the game. That is a new career high for him. And looking to extend it now. 6:20 left. There is plethora of opportunity left. Here's Contreras coming off the screen by Bullock. Mid-range shot. Hits the front of the rim and falls in.
Cougars hitting on all cylinders right now. Let's get another good defensive possession, and I think the momentum will swing completely in their way.
They're going to call a foul on Davis. Now Averett with 6 fouls in the game. Wesleyan 5 fouls. So definitely even in the foul battle. Going to be a key of emphasis moving forward, because both of these teams really good free throw shooters. Here's McDowell, gets it down low to Fry. Great find there as Henry got his hand in there, but they're going to call a foul.
And so Fry knocks down that first free throw, as Wesleyan is now in the bonus. And Fry does not hit the second free throw. Contreras comes up with the rebound, and Cash will be on top of the ball.
They're going to call a push on Braswell. As Averett, one more foul needed to be in the bonus themselves, which is going to go a long way for them near the end of the game. Here's Cash. Wheeling, dealing, coming off the screen. Gets it to Davis. Contreras trying to get open. Davis driving the lane, finds Bullock just inside the three-point line. No good. Bryson Davis trying to tip it out for an Averett rebound. And here's Covington behind the back. Good move there. And here's McDowell as he's driving the lane now. Finger roll, lay-in is good. Timeout called by Coach Thompson. With 5:11 left in the game, we'll be right back after this.
$67-55 is the score. Cougars lead by 12 with a shave over 5 minutes to go in this second half. And so Montre Cash with it. And Vince Contreras was going up strong, but no foul called on Bullock. The Cougars come up with the steal on the other end. 2-on-2 fast break.
That was a good foul there by Bullock to stop that 2-on-1 fast break. Ricardo Bullock now with 4 fouls.
Shooting for the Cougars, number 14, Bryson Davis.
$68-55.
And Layton checking in for Bullock late in his first minutes of the second half. And second, no good. Rebounded by Davis, and here's Contreras.
And
Dorito slowing it down now.
Get the offensive rebound off of the missed free throw.
Here's Davis, little crossover in between the legs here to get him off balance. Here's Cash, splitting the pick and roll. Mid-range, no good. Diaby, the board, put back, and one. Big body Diaby. Diaby having a game to remember as he has been dominant down on the block. And when you're going up against someone like Fry, you're going to have a tough game. As Covington checking out now, as Tankowitz will check in for the battling Bishops.
And McDowell has not come out all second half for the battling Bishops.
Eddie, they're definitely going to play through the hot hand right now. As
McDowell.
He definitely started slow in this first half and came out of the second half guns blazing.
He's got 18 points. Diaby has 10. Tim Henry has 15. And Montre Cash with 23 points.
4:23 left in the game.
And Bryson Davis also hitting a career high in points as well. 71-55. Diaby able to knock down both shots. Under 4.5 minutes to go in the second half. Keyshawn Lewis back into the game for Montre Cash.
McDowell swings it to Tankowitz. Over to there's Fry again. McDowell with the ball late
smothering on defense.
5 seconds on the shot clock and gets the 3 to fall. Timeout call Wesleyan. 3:55 left. Your score 71-58. Cougars up.
Do you like what you see?
$71-58. The Cougars lead it with under 4 minutes to go in the ball game.
Both teams in the bonus from here on out.
And I believe they were saying there's only one timeout per team.
Definitely going to have to be cautious with their timeouts here as Contreras gets past the pressure, and the foul will be called on McDowell as Contreras will go to the line. Definitely the game is going to slow down here with these fouls.
1-and-1 opportunity here for Vince Contreras. Makes the first one, he gets the second one. If he doesn't, and he gets no more, he does make the first one, so he will be gifted a second free throw.
And Contreras almost automatic from the free throw line. It's definitely something he prides himself at every day in practice.
Just off on the second one. Cougars still lead in this game by 14 points. Down low to Fry. And I think Wesleyan is going to force this ball to go through Fry.
.12 lead for the Cougars. 3:20 left in the ballgame. Here's Lewis looking to get something going. Calling for a screen by
10
Bullock.
seconds on the shot clock. Lewis driving baseline.
They're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
And so Montre Cash and Tim Henry will both check into the game. Cash in for Contreras, Henry and for Bullock.
And Eddie Lewis has been a great piece to this lineup. He's been the starting point guard ever since this win streak got underway. And as a freshman, that just shows the trust that Dorino has in him. And McDowell, they're going to call a foul as very active hands by both teams. That will send McDowell to the line.
McDowell leads his team with free throws. He's got a total of 64 free throws on the year. Makes the first one.
We have Cameron Martin checking in as that second shot is no good. Henry gathers the rebound. And the pressure will be a turnover.
And Martin will not check in. He will take a seat back over on the bench after the turnover occurred, I think.
And McDowell definitely looking gassed right now as he started the second half on the floor and hasn't came out ever since. Fry, the mismatch down low. Ooh, and they're going to call a foul on Diaby, sending Fry to the line.
I don't know, Brent. I don't know. I think that one was kind of clean. But again, they had a better view of things down on the court.
Correction. Foul number 2, Keyshawn Lewis.
Call a foul on Lewis, not Diaby, so I guess
And so that will be 5 fouls for Lewis. So Lewis will have to come out of the game.
Lewis, great quality minutes there. Very active defensively, setting up the offense and
I think
making it count.
Not sure how Keyshawn Lewis got the foul. I mean, A.J. Fry had his back to Lewis and, was taking him to the basket. If anybody, that foul should have been called on Diaby, but nevertheless, Lewis out of the game. 2:45 on the clock, 72-62. It's a 10-point game.
And Martin coming in the game now.
9-point game.
For McDowell, which a questionable move by Wesleyan here. He's been the hot hand this whole second half. So if you're Wesleyan, or correction, if you're Averett, who do you focus on? Do you focus on Fry or maybe even Braswell?
I'm definitely putting all my focus on A.J. Fry. No McDowell in the game. I'm going to put my focus on Fry.
No Bullock either. That's Cash driving the lane. Lay in. Good little jelly action. The up and under.
Montre Cash getting it done for his team. 74-63. The Cougars lead by 11.
And a good switch here by Averett. 3 by Wesleyan, just short. Diaby with the rebound. That was Braswell with the miss. Here comes Contreras. Under 2 minutes now left in the game.
And you know the Cougars are going to try and hold the ball for as long as possible during their possessions.
Absolutely, Eddie. That's a smart move as a coach. And here's Henry. Little dribble drive. Just doesn't get the roll, and they're going to say it was last touched by Davis. And McDowell, quick squirt of water, and he's back in. As it is crunch time now, 9-point game. Far from over, as this Wesleyan team can definitely shoot from behind the arc.
This ball will definitely run through number 15, Damon McDowell, the sophomore guard, and he is going to take shots from deep.
You also got to watch for Braswell, too, as he's a good shooter, as he gets the kind roll. Timeout called Thompson, as I think that will be their final timeout of the game, if I'm not mistaken. We'll be right back after this.
.124 left in the ball game. The Cougars lead by 9. Ball inbounded to Tim Henry.
Great screen there. Just free up some space. Here comes Cash driving the lane, and he's going to slow it down here.
Definitely don't want to get
what you need to do. Do not force a bad shot and give Wesleyan a chance.
Right, you do not want quick buckets in this situation.
As the layup no good, and they're going to say Braswell no good, but Henry gets the turnover.
McDowell with it. Expect him to pull it from way downtown.
Definitely expect nothing but three-pointers from here on out. Under 50 seconds left in this game. Averett dominating from the opening tip. Fry gets the turnaround, no good. And they're going to call a foul on Layton. And this Averett bench is on their feet. What a game by each and every individual. 65-76, 9-point lead here. 42.3 left. And Eddie, as we mentioned earlier, they went down to Rocky Mount, lost a heartbreaker by 2, and definitely had that on their minds coming into this game.
Yeah, and definitely a 2-point loss to the team that sits in first place in the conference is definitely something that it's one of those games that you wish you could have back. One of those games that when you're in your dorm room at night, you're like, man, if I had just made that shot or if I had just made that pass, things would be different.
Eddie, this is definitely a measuring tool for Averett moving forward. A team that's only has 3 losses on their whole season. And here's Fry, stolen by Contreras, 3-on-2 break, and here is Cash looking to dribble it out, and Eddie, I'm pretty sure that will wrap it up. 9-point game, 25 seconds left. Cash going to the line. And Eddie, as we were mentioning before the game, no Isaiah Jones. We had no idea who was going to take the reins of this game, and Montre Cash definitely stepped up to the plate today, setting a career high in points as well as Bryson.
I'm just going to get a
first one from the line.
Statistical update here as Cash hits his second free throw.
As Henry checks out of the game, Henry had the tall task of guarding A.J. Fry all game and did tremendous.
Cash with 27 points on the game. McDowell from way downtown. And so this is where those 24 seconds is going to turn into 8 minutes on those intentional fouls, hoping that Averett will miss one and Wesleyan can make one, and it's going to be a long 15 and a half seconds.
Eddie, you're absolutely right here, but definitely do not want to foul at Contreras. Just off the front of the rim, looked a little awkward.
13-point lead for your Cougars.
Misses 2 for 2, which is very, very unlikely. As here comes Tankowitz as he gets the lean and 3, no good. As Layton blocked by Diaby. 2 seconds, 1 second. McDowell, no good. And the Cougars, a big statement win here at home. Montre Cash leading the way with 27 in the game. And Eddie, the key of the game was defense, no doubt about it. Coming out of the gate.
Absolutely shutting down A.J. Fry. He was a ghost in this game. Shutting down Bullock, holding McDowell to just 19 points. Cash with 27, Henry with 17. A great game here for your Cougars against the team in first place in the USA South. Cougars win it 78-65 here at home. We want to thank you for joining us. The Cougars' next game is at William Peace on the 9th when they're back home against Methodist on the 13th at 7:30 p.m. here on the Averett Sports Network. Again, my name is Eddie Glenn, and I was joined by Brent Hammer.